Hi everyone, Gabriel Brendan here from the Power of Basic. Hey guys, so I want to do this video is because a lot of people asking what is the Power of Basic, and I just want to share the history of the Power of Basic and what's the Power of Basic. So the Power of Basic is my own creation, so it's my own brand and I'm developing now. But just want to let you know what happened in the last year and why I end up doing this project and all this. So let's go back November 2012. So at that time, I was living in Brisbane, Australia. Like I'm still living here. So and I was reading a book called, you might know this book, is How to Win Friends and Influence More People or something like that. So and I was trying to put a few things of those in practice, but something happened at that time when I was reading that book and was trying to put things in practice, and I entered in a state that it was so weird. It's like the movie. Have you seen the movie Limitless? Where the guys take a pill and he uses matter. He can process more data. He's more confident. He can talk to everyone. So it's like something crazy that happened in your mind or your body. So that happened to me, and I didn't take any pill. It just suddenly happened, and I was in that state probably for a week, something like that. But it was like, what? That's crazy, and then gone. I lost everything about that state, and I say, well, that was weird. I know that something strange happened there, but yeah, life keep going. So I keep going, and 7 years after that, I was traveling. It was I reckon April or 2019. Something like that. I was traveling with my family, my wife, and my boy. We're traveling through South America. We have already like 15 days of the travel. We went to Machu Picchu, Cusco. We were in Lima, and then at this time we went in Chile. So we were at Santiago, and I went straight into that stay again. I'm not sure what was the trigger this time, but it just happened. It just happened, and it lasts probably for a month. So I finished my trip, one of the more amazing trips because I was so connected with nature, with people, with my family. I went to a restaurant and the people connect with me, and I share stories with the people. That was something crazy, guys. Like I say, it's like taking a pill. You get into that state, and life started going on that way. And then I came back to Australia. I was working in my previous job, and I just was so clever, so smashing things, pretty focused, pretty thin. So, and then again, gone, and it was like, oh my goodness, so why second time did this happen? And it's gone. And then in November 2019, I woke up, grabbed my phone, opened the phone, and then there was a notification from news from a media, it's a media called Mashable, and they were talking about something called the flow state. And when I started reading about that, they talk about the stare, which is about this flow state. So the stares mean selflessness, which means was like you autocritic, you self-critic, just stop. So you start probably being more confident during these states, and they talk about something called hypotension hypofrontality, which is meaning your prefrontal cortex, which is the part of the brain that is normally more structured, more taking order and everything, is just shut down for this time when you are in flow. What it means is you stop that self-critic and your life move probably more easy or something like that. And then the second, the stare, the T is for timelessness. So what it means is you're living in the deep now. You're living in the now. So it feels like time is not going. So then we have the E, which is the effortlessness, which means it's like a no effort for doing things. And the main thing is because in flow state there is like an intrinsic motivation. And the main reason for that is we have a cocktail and neurotransmitters in our brain that is happening. So what is happening there? We got all these like a cocktail of internal drugs that may just keep motivated on the time. And then the richness for the R is you get like you start looking everything and you start processing data in a different way that like it is crazy. So it just happened. So when I read that, I was like, all right, this is exactly what happened to me at that time. So there was a guy, there is a guy called Mihail Csikszentmihalyi, yeah, and then which is like the godfather or the guy who put the name of flow state. He's a psychologist, so he started talking about the flow, but from the psychology point of view. So and he did research for a lot of years. But then there is two guys, which is Stephen Kotler and Jamie Wheal. So these two guys, I read two books. So the first one is The Rise of Superman, and he talked about how extreme athletes enter in flow because they are on the high risk. They are they have to be focused. They have to take decisions in milliseconds and all that. So that's when they start doing all the research in extreme sports, because people in extreme sport they can access the flow state like pretty easy because of the characteristics of their activities. And then there is a next book which is called Stealing Fire. Yeah. So in Stealing Fire they went more to they do a lot of research and investigation with the Navy SEALs, with companies like Google's and other big companies, and they start looking into what's happening in your body, like investigating and taking more research into this. So these guys create an organization called the Flow Genome Project, and I found that they were giving peak performance training coaching certificate in Feb 2020, so in San Francisco. So I don't know why, but my intuition told me I have to go there. I have to go there because I was, like I say, normally people is chasing money, and then because you think that when you get the money, you're gonna be more happy. So that was happening to me at that time. Like I was like chasing flow. So I say I have to go there, and then I went there in Feb of this year, and what it happens was better. Why? Because it was totally unexpected. What I learned there was not only I went there just to get more in flow like a drug. I need the flow, but what I learned there is you don't have to think about the flow. What you have to do is you have to live a purpose life. You have to be whoever you are. You have to work your internal narrative, your internal communication with yourself, how you talk to yourself. You have to have a peak performing body. You have to eat well, sleep well. You have to do exercise and all that. And then when you're living a purpose life, whoever you are, you're following your instinct, you're eating well, you're sleeping well, more flow start coming to your life. So, and there is a lot of techniques how to communicate with people, how to get detached from ideas, how to say no, how to be a leader, and all those things. That was what I learned there with the Flow Genome Project program, and that's what I got certified as a peak performing coach. So it was a totally change in my life because I went there just to hack the flow, but then I came back with a lot of good information that was also aligned, few things, what I was doing on the last year. You can see how I have changed in my life, but it was because I was looking, that's it. It sounds pretty weird, but I was looking who I really am, what I want to do in my life. I want to live my life with more purpose and all that, and then I start finding, and that's what I'm still looking, but I'm getting there, guys. I'm getting there, and that's what I want you to do. So the power of basic start. When I was in the plane coming back from San Francisco to Brisbane, I bought a heart, like the one in the logo, for my wife, and I'm thinking like, everything starts from the heart, and I want to share all the information that I have learned, and not only from the FGP, also the thing that I have been doing on the last year, the thing that I have been talking to another coach, on that I want to share this information with people, and that's when the power of basic started. And I put the name and I start sharing information, and that's it. That's what I want to do. So that's what I designed myself, a 6 week peak performance program where we're going through a lot of this information that I learned from FGP and also what I have been doing in my life. So what we're doing is where are you putting focus, for example, as well. You gonna be talking like your mindset, what is holding you in your current reality. Are you clear about where you wanna be, and then how you're relating to people. Also, like your belief and all that. So we put together what I call the power of basics. So this is a 6 week program. Now I'm doing this program in one-on-one coaching. So you can contact me for that one. And sooner than later, I'm gonna be launching as well this like a group like a group training. So we can have between 4 to I don't know how many people. So we normally start Mondays or Tuesday. So you're gonna start for 6 weeks, and that's what the power of basic is. And just sharing my experience and how I changed my life and start living a life with more purpose, like who I am, like taking better decisions, being healthy. Like I say, until I change my mind and I stop doing diets and I start doing exercise to lose weight, now it is part of my life. And the motivation is because I know if I eat well and if I do exercise, my brain work better, my gut work better, my decisions, like taking decision, work better. Everything work better. So it is a motivation, and that's why all this is now part of my life. So that's what I want you to do as well. All right, guys. Thank you for listening, and see you next time. Cheers.